So, what if James Harden was drafted by the Memphis Grizzlies? What would change the Grizzlies and the entire league? Well, a lot. So, originally in 2009 draft, James Harden was selected by OKC, 3rd overall. When this year now, the Memphis Grizzlies pick him over Hasheem Thabeet, who turned to be a huge bust. The Grizzlies already had OJ Mayo at shooting guard, but they thought that Harden could be a backup or play point guard. So, Hasheem Thabeet dropped to OKC, and the rest of the draft goes the exact same. Offseason goes the same, and Allen Iverson still ends up on the Grizzlies, as well as Zach Randolph. Originally, Iverson played only 3 games, unless due to personal issues and because he wasn't enough time. But he really enjoys playing with James Harden, who's playing point guard for the Grizzlies at the time, and AI ends up staying because he wants to see Harden develop and be able to teach him. So Iverson never ends up going back to the Sixers, and the Grizzlies' record improves from 40-42 to 48-4-38, but it was still not good enough to make playoffs in the tough Western Conference. The Thunder still make the playoffs with a record of 48-34. Harden ended up with 10 points per game and getting 23 minutes per game. The playoffs go the same, and the Lakers win a championship. The draft goes the exact same next year, and AI stays with the Grizzlies for another year. Also, Hasheem Thabeet was on loan and traded in the offseason to the Rockets. This now happens, but instead with the OKC Thunder. Originally in the offseason, Memphis signed Tony Allen, but with a newfound depth at shooting guard with James Harden and AI, they don't sign him and instead sign Amari Stoudemire. I know it sounds absolutely insane, but it actually happens. He sees the right future of Memphis and decides to go there. Rudy Gay still signs with the Grizzlies low, and so the Grizzlies go into the 2010-11 season with Harden, AI, Stoudemire, Marc Gasol, and Rudy Gay, and Zach Randolph as well. They're bound to do very well, and they do by going 56-26 and getting the 4th seed. Originally got the 8th seed with a lower record. They originally lost to OKC in the second round, but with the newfound talent, they beat them and go to the Western Conference Finals. They match up against Dallas in the Western Conference Finals and put up a strong fight, but lose in 7. But listen to this, guys. During the team went all out in Game 7, caused him to sprain his ankle, and now he was not able to play in the finals, and will probably be out for about a month, so there's no way he's coming back. The Dallas Mavericks now lose in 6 games to the Miami Heat, so now LeBron gets his first ring a year earlier. Yes, this is all hypothetical, so there's no reason that was actually happened, but the draft stays the same, and only Minnesota, who had Memphis pick, goes lower and gets 26th pick, which is still a scrub player, so it's not really much of a change. Free agency goes the same, and we see ourselves at the start of the lockout season. So Allen Iverson is traded to the 76ers at the start of the season, a bit later than he actually was, for a second round pick, and AI retired at the end of the year. Memphis goes 44-21, but a lot worse than last year actually, but they actually grabbed the 2nd seed in the conference. OKC drops to the 3rd seed, and Memphis hits the Mavs in the first round and sweeps them, and Harden dropping 18 points per game and Stoudemire with 12 rebounds. OKC beats Denver and moves into the 2nd round against Memphis. Memphis wins in 7 games, Harden scoring a half-court buzzer beater to win in Game 6. Now in the Western Conference Finals, San Antonio that was against Memphis. It goes to Game 7, and in Game 7 there's talks that Harden will be able to resign with Memphis due to cap. In Game 7, Harden goes all out against the tough Spurs team with young Kawhi. Harden puts up a staggering 35 points and has to win and advance to the finals of the NBA playoffs. The Grizzlies see themselves against the Heat fresh off of their championship. In Game 5 it seems over, and the Heat are up 3-1. But in the end, the Grizzlies win Game 5 thanks to Marc Gasol's amazing performance. But in Game 6, they would ultimately lose to the Heat, and the Heat would repeat and win another championship. LeBron James already at 2 rings a year early. James Harden ended up signing a 3-year contract with the Grizzlies, but Memphis had to drop Mike Conley to be able to do the trade, so they traded the Pistons for the 9th overall pick in the upcoming draft. He turned to be Andre Drummond. Yes, and I think it was originally Andre Drummond to the Pistons, but now he goes to the Grizzlies. So now they had James Harden, Stoudemire, Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, and Andre Drummond. In the offseason, they don't nothing because they nearly won an NBA championship in the past season. Marc Gasol wins Defensive Player of the Year, and word is that Andre Drummond wants out because he's getting literally no playtime with all the stacked players on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies go 61-20 on killing the 1st seed in the Western Conference. James Harden is now blossoming as a player, but he's still overshadowed by Marc Gasol and Stoudemire. The Grizzlies take Houston in the first round in 5, and James Harden plays solid. Second round against the Clippers, they sweep them, showing how dominant their team is. But in the Western Conference Final, they have a rematch against the Spurs. The Spurs start the series up 2-0. It looks like it's over for Memphis, but they come back together and go up 3-2. Spurs take Game 6, and it's down to Game 7. The Grizzlies proved to be too much for them and take it 116-89 in Game 7. Now a rematch against the Heat in the finals for Memphis. The Heat are looking for a three-peat. It goes to Game 6, and the Grizzlies are up 3-2 in the series. Take the lead going into the fourth quarter and win it all. LeBron James is not happy. In the offseason, Andre looks like he's on his way out as he's traded to the Golden State for the 2014 first-round pick, which ended up being Rodney Hood. The T-Wolves have the Grizzlies pick, which is down to 29 instead of 26. Obviously, this doesn't make a huge difference because both players are absolute garbage. But otherwise, draft stays the same. The Grizzlies do another trade in the offseason with Stoudemire declining. They trade him to the Suns, back to the Suns actually, for Goran Dragic and a 2016 second-round pick. So, the Grizzlies go into the next season a bit weaker without Stoudemire, but they did acquire Goran Dragic. So, the lineup of 2013-14 season is Marc Gasol, James Harden, Zach Randolph, Goran Dragic, and David West, who they signed for agency. They go 52-30, good enough for 6th in the strong Western Conference. They play Westbrook and Durant in the first round and win in 7 games. Then against Golden State, they would win in 5. Obviously, this is not the super team that we know now. Going against the Spurs for the 3rd time in a row in the Western Conference Finals, they would ultimately lose in 5 games in an embarrassing loss in Game 2, losing by over 30 points. San Antonio would go on to win against the Miami Heat in 5, just like in real life. So, in 2014 offseason, the Grizzlies management want change. Even though they actually done pretty good the last 2 years, they just didn't like the way the team was going the last year. But they traded away Zach Randolph and a 2016 and 17 second-round picks for Kevin Love on the Timberwolves. Andre Wiggins goes to the Cavs first overall, but is not traded since Kevin Love is now on the Grizzlies. But before we go anywhere else, the Golden State Warriors now have Andre Drummond, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson. Yes, you heard that right. That would have been like pretty much all 88-plus lineups except for one position. Back to the Grizzlies. They offer LeBron James and free agents, and LeBron isn't adamant drawing the Cavs since they have no Kevin Love. They just have a rookie, Andrew Wiggins. LeBron James is actually rumored to go to the Grizzlies, but ends up going to the Cavs. He only signs a 1-year contract because he's not sure the team will be great. Listen to this. The Grizzlies dish away Dragic for 2 seconds to the Heat, and they end up signing Isaiah Thomas in free agency. Isaiah Thomas. He wasn't a proven All-Star he is today, but they saw something in Isaiah Thomas. And they signed for 3 years, $8 million for each year. So they're going to 2014-15 season. They have Harden, Marc Gasol, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Love, and Vince Carter, who also signed for agency. They go 65-17, 2 games behind the Warriors, and get the 2nd seed. They play the Mavs in the first round and win in 6. The second round against the Clippers, they win in 7 games in a nail-biting Game 7. They then tackle the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. They lose in 5 games. The Warriors dominate even more with Drummond. But listen to this. The Cavs barely make the NBA Finals. Every series going 7 games. It's obvious that Kevin Love would have helped more than the young Wiggins. Golden State beats the Cavs in 5 opposed to 6, which would happen in real life. So now we got into the 2015 offseason. Memphis is mad about their loss and wants to make some moves. They traded Gasol away to the Kings for Cousins. They trade Gasol along with the 2016 first rounder. They also trade the 2016 second and first round pick, along with their 2018 first round pick, for the 3rd pick from the 76ers. That is Joel Embiid. In the NBA draft, the T-Wolves did better with Randolph and then Wiggins, so they end up with the 2nd overall pick instead of number 1. This means that the Lakers pick Karl Anthony Towns and the T-Wolves get Russell. Obviously, this would change a lot, but get this, LeBron declines his player option and enters free agency. The Cavs are really worried that they did a big trade to try to get LeBron to come back to Cleveland. They traded away Andrew Wiggins and 16 and 17 first-round picks for Paul George from the Indiana Pacers. I know this may sound a bit crazy. I feel like this probably would have happened, to be honest. But James then also obviously re-signs with the Cavs with the addition of Paul George. The Grizzlies pick up Greg Monroe and keep everybody else. So for the last season of this What If, this is the Grizzlies starting lineup. Isaiah Thomas, James Harden, Kevin Love, Joel Embiid, and DeMarcus Cousins. In the they go 70-12. Yes, this is realistic. Just take a look at the lineup. Right? Listen to this. Stephen Curry isn't the first unanimous MVP. It's Harden. Okay. All right, everybody, calm down. This is legit. All right. Just spit out some facts here. He's still on such a good team. He gets 28 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and has a field goal percentage of 52. Yes. Ricky goes to Karl Anthony Towns, but on the Lakers instead. Oh, and by the way, Golden State goes 74-8 with Drummond. In the first round, Memphis plays the Mavs and sweeps them. In the second, they play OKC. And Game 5 is tied 2-2, and Cousins gets a half-court shot to win the game, putting Memphis up 3-2. Draymond Green had also gotten injured in that game, but in Game 6, Golden State would win and tie it up. In Game 7, fourth quarter, 30 seconds left, Memphis up 196. Stephen Curry hits a 3. And then Andre makes a steal and just dunks all over the Grizzlies team. Golden State advances, winning 100-100 in that game. In the finals, Golden State would win, but be up 3-1 in Game 5, lose to the Cavs as well in Game 6. But in Game 7, with Andre Drummond, Golden State does a repeat and wins the championship. So no one's making fun of them for choking a 3-1 lead. And Stephen Curry is known as a better player pretty much now. And by the way, in the offseason, Kevin Durant actually stays at OKC because, they actually end up playing Golden State. So there you have it. If Harden was drafted by Memphis, we would see a super strong Memphis team. And Harden with a championship. Hopefully you enjoyed. So that, I went a bit out of the box, obviously. And I got this idea from Michael Zampa and Nick Smith. Obviously, this is what guys do. That's the reason, only one of 5 videos I really watch. And yeah, so that's kind of interesting thing here. I know this takes so long. It took so long to make. So we really appreciate if you could drop a like and comment me some more other what if scenarios. I'm gonna try to do more of these, but if I'm uploading these, it's gonna take me I literally spent 5 hours writing the script yesterday and doing the research and stuff. It's brutal, man. But yeah, if I'm doing this again, it's not gonna come up for another week or two because it takes a lot of work and yeah. Alright, hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know what you thought about this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.